Celsius, what does that calculate out to in Fahrenheit?
Well, I'm not sure what it calculates out to Fahrenheit, but I'll tell you what, these numbers are as of 2 p.m. yesterday, and I do know that it has come down about 10 degrees Celsius since then, and so we're roughly looking at something being about 200 degrees Fahrenheit above the design specs.
Well, according to the nuclear physicist we've interviewed, that's hot enough to purify out the uranium, and then if it continues to melt down and the heavier particles concentrate, that can then cause not just fission, but it can actually cause a nuclear explosion.
Well, exactly, and also with the smoke at reactor number 3 with the plutonium MOX reactor is definitely bad news. Whether or not they have electricity, they've used seawater in there, so now when the seawater evaporates, all the pumps are all encrusted in salt, so even if they get the electricity back up and running, the pumps may not work.
And we have done the calculation. 400 Celsius is 752 Fahrenheit, so that is mighty hot, and again, enough to make those rods fully melt and begin to purify and begin to sediment out. And then as that uranium bunches up together, it could be very, very nasty. Now, a lot of the physics websites are reporting this. A lot of experts are warning. Some of the leading radiation chain reaction specialists like Dr. Busby, who we're working on getting back on tomorrow, have said that could trigger some type of atomic reaction. Is the Japanese news talking about that?
No, they're not talking about it at all. And it's absolutely stupefying. I mean, some of the Japanese people, some of them are very, very awake, but some of them are not awake, and they're just believing the news and going on with it. I've got a friend who's got a pregnant wife in the prefecture of Tochigi, and the level of radioactive iodine 131 in the water is something on the order of 10 times normal levels, or 10 times safe levels, 10 times legal levels. And he's just, watching the news and reading the newspaper, and I sent him a message, and he called me back, and he's like, I think it's probably okay to drink. And I had to say, Guy, it is not.
Well, wait a minute. The Japanese government has told children and pregnant women not to drink it because it attacks fast-growing cells a lot more. I mean, so even though they're telling him not to drink it, he's having his wife drink it.
No, that's in Tokyo. This friend of mine is in Tochigi. They are telling people in Tokyo to stop drinking it, but it's not getting out to the other prefectures. One of the things, Alex, that I really wanted to comment on, and I'm not seeing any sort of reporting on it in the mainstream media, is that we are experiencing full-on gasoline shock here. Very few gas stations at all have gas, and as a result, the trucking industry has been crippled, and we're now seeing empty shelves at the supermarkets, and people can't go to work.
Yes, I have seen reports of the empty store shelves and a lot of people starting to get hungry. And where's our military in there helping them? No, they've pulled back and are asking people to evacuate U.S. citizens. 2 days ago, they reported in CNN they may make it mandatory. So just outrageous. Jack, anything else from Japan?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was what I wanted to point out, is that now that we've got this, this iodine in the water, the cesium in the water and whatnot, then we get this gasoline shock. And so if you are going to plan, and believe me, Alex, what do you think your chances of getting any sort of, drinkable water at the supermarket are right about now? Your chances are slim to none.
No, they reported yesterday it's totally sold out.
Oh, yeah. And so what I really wanted to say today was just people go out there and get your storable food and water, because when you don't need it, it's cheap and easy to get.
Well, we're mailing potassium iodine. We're getting together today a story of local charities and things to send, potassium iodide from listeners, not just what we're sending, money, food. That's what we've been told is really helpful. But you're saying that transportation's breaking down and that might not even get there?
Well, I don't know about what's happening with the post office. I mean, they may have special access to gasoline, but in terms of just the regular people, I drove by a gas station where they were selling gas for just $20 to a person, and there were lines for kilometers in every direction just to get to that one gas station.
You need to get a photo of that and write a blurb. We'll get it up on Infowars.com. I have seen some of those reports, but none of the images. Thank you so much, Jack, from Japan. Thank you. Jack's been calling us since the disaster began. We'll pray for you, Jack. Gary in California, you're on the air.
Yeah, Alex, Gary here. I was kind of wondering a little bit about the confusion regarding the continued fall of these Middle Eastern countries, because I've been following your friend Lindsey Williams, and this pretty much falls in line with what your friend that was Mr. Fromm and others were talking about, the globalist plans to destabilize the Middle East in order to get the oil. But you had another individual on, I'm not sure it was Dr. Begich or one other, and he indicated that there was an oil shortage in some of the areas where Lindsay said there's no oil shortage at all. So I was kind of
no. That's refined oil versus the crude oil.
Okay. So what, I mean, is the destabilization following the order of what those oil big shots said was going to happen?
5 months ago, in October of last year, almost 6 months ago, Lindsey Williams, what was it, October 22nd, came on air and said they're going to destabilize the Middle East, but then watch China. It's the big one. They're going to push gas prices up massively, and now it's been unfolding. And it's clear that in Libya, in Egypt, and other countries, the West is in there starting this destabilization. Now, the food prices have gone up because of dollar devaluation, so that's the catalyst. So the political dominoes were already lined up right for the globalists to trigger them. But yes, they are engaging in this destabilization program, and our other experts like Webster Tarpley and many others concur. But it's now been confirmed that Western powers, the globalist powers, the New World Order powers that use us as their bully, are orchestrating this. I appreciate your call, Gary. Let's go ahead and talk to Sean in California. Go ahead.
Howdy, Alex. I wanted to thank you very much for your anti-war effort. I appreciate that. I just had a quick comment here. I was thinking that I'm sure you're familiar with those Illuminati card game, and three of the cards point to this disaster pretty specifically, and I'm thinking they're using this disaster to hide a lot of their other shenanigans.
By the way, the guy that came out with those in the mid-'90s lives in Austin. He's a big video game developer, and we've made calls. We've sent emails, right, Jaron? Steven Jackson, we've tried to get him on, right? He was out of town last time. I want you to absolutely hammer them with the emails and calls. I know, I've talked to folks that know him, that he knows of the show. He put out, in the mid-1990s, cards that literally show the World Trade Centers being hit in the exact same spot, that describe an understanding of the globalist in this role-playing game to an extremely advanced level. And so much of what's in the cards has happened exactly. And yes, that's a good idea to get him on. We're gonna hammer that. Anything else, Sean?
Yeah, I think they're using these radiation. They're allowing it to get worse so they can hide the radiation from the back scanners at the airports. They're using the radiation, hiding what the BP oil disaster affects cancer rates, and they're using it to also hide some of the other shenanigans.
Absolutely. We'll be back.
This message starts with a great offer from Big Berkey Water Filters, because we don't want you drinking dangerous water 1 minute longer. Right now, purchase any filter system from BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com to get your choice of 2 Berkey Sport bottles, a KDF shower filter, a set of fluoride filters, or our new sight glass spigot absolutely free. Why do this? Because over 60% of municipal water is fluoridated, and at less than 2 cents per gallon, Berkey Water Filters purify both treated and untreated water, removing dangerous chlorine, fluoride, and other contaminants. Big Berkey water filters are powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, so they're perfect for rainwater collection systems and emergency preparedness. Remember, Big Berkey includes free shipping on every order over $50, and GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com or call today 1-877-99-BERKEY.
America, you've been warned. For weeks, we've been warning you about a single event we believe will happen in the next 12 months that will shake the very foundations of our nation. We've told you about the video that details this shocking prediction. So far, over 6 million people have watched this free video online. Have you? Again, this big event has nothing to do with war or the stock market, yet it could change everything about your normal way of life. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your family. Could this really happen? Well, the man who created this video has been right about many predictions in his career. He was among the first to predict the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. If you haven't taken time to watch this free video, do it right now. You may never think about America the same way again. You can find the free video at endofamerica3.com. Again, that's www.endofamerica3.com. Watch the free video at endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
When making important financial decisions, you should always know the facts. That's why Midas Resources is willing to pay you to read the facts. Midas Resources, a team of hand-picked financial specialists with decades of financial experience who are ready to provide you with state-of-the-art, up-to-date financial services. Midas Resources offers a host of services and stands behind their products. In fact, if you call and order their free Midas report, Midas Resources will pay you. This detailed report will provide you with financial history on the safest and most profitable areas to invest in. If you read the report, Midas Resources will send you a free Walking Liberty Silver $50. So what are you waiting for? Get the facts and call Midas Resources toll free at 888-292-2709. That's 888-292-2709. And remember, if you read the Midas report, you'll receive a free Walking Liberty Silver $50.
Dr. David Berry has provided excellent advice for all those interested in practical economics and sound money. It's certainly worth reading.
That's what Congressman Ron Paul said about Cha-Ching Wisdom, 123 Practical Universal Truths About Money, the new book by Dr. David Berry.
The cool part of this book, certainly it'll speak to you personally, your life, your lifestyle, your money, your investments, but it also can be generalized into the nation. What's going on as a nation? We do these same things personally that we do as a nation.
Dr. Berry's book, Cha-Ching Wisdom, presents many facets of your relationship with the once almighty dollar and how current national and international politics affect your daily life.
Some of the other things are about that. They're not just economic, they're philosophical. There's psychology involved in this book. There's philosophy involved in this book.
Read Cha-Ching Wisdom by Dr. David Berry, only $9.95, available at chachingwisdom.com. That's CHACHING wisdom.com. chachingwisdom.com.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
I'm going to jam in a few more calls here before Joel Skousen joins us. Then we'll continue with calls later on in the interview with him. But we did post these on Infowars.com. The answer to 1984 1776 winners announced is the headline. Edgardo Sanchez is the third place winner, $1,000. The answer to 1984 is 1776. His video entry is an excellent example of peaceful activism and also shows how much one person can do alone in the fight against tyranny. I mean, this guy is incredible. And the name of the video is The Answer to 1984 is 1776. It really deserves to be sent out to everybody you know. Continuing, second place is Rob Foster. The animation piece is excellent, good enough to air on national TV. A Day in the Park. A Day in the Park is an animated short depicting a everyday American citizen experiencing firsthand his loss of liberties at the hands of the police state. Creator Rob Foster's words. The film was made to help counter government media propaganda.